After the accident, I was referred to Kenyatta National Hospital because they told me I'd actually suffered a spinal injury, and I was there for a period of 6 months. Within the 6 months, I was going through some small physiotherapy, and they were trying to stabilize me because my spine had been injured, so they did a surgery. And after staying there for 6 months, I was discharged. When I went home, my situation did not become any better, so I went back to hospital. This is Kenyatta again, for another 2 months. When I was admitted, the doctor said the only thing they can do is to put me on traction, where they put some weight on my legs for about 1.5 months. It didn't work. And I kept on having still bad spasms. So I was transferred to Nairobi Hospital, where I had another surgery and removed some material on my spine. And then I was discharged and went home, but still on a wheelchair. And then, because it was difficult to get admission to the spinal injury hospital, I stayed home for almost a year. My emotional, psychological reaction was, I could say now, if I look back, very negative, because I, first of all, did not understand myself. Nobody had explained to me, beyond the medical things, what is happening to me. So it's like I was thrown in a sea of confusion, trying to find out. It's like I've been thrown to the deep end of a swimming pool, and I've never swum before. You can picture how difficult that was. So trying to rediscover myself, what had happened to me and what was going on with me, because 1 minute you're walking, the other minute you're not walking. So what is all this happening? For me, as coming from a Christian background, some people said maybe I was a sinner. God was punishing me, which I don't believe so. And moving back and forth, I was afraid of death. I knew, and I was afraid to be judged, because I knew sitting on a wheelchair, being a disabled person in our culture, is like you have been condemned to death, to oblivion, because it's a taboo, it's something that is not acceptable in the culture. So I had the cultural problem. How is the society going to take me? I had the spiritual problem. Did I wrong God? I had the challenge of, am I going to be a beggar? Because disability is connected with begging in this society of ours. How was I going to feed my children? And all this brought a lot of confusion, and because I did not understand what was going through me, I sank into depression. And the way they dealt with me in the hospital, if they were dealing with me with the psychological aspect, then I would not have sunk into depression. I believe so. So you need to be helped to come up. You need to be helped to understand what is going on in your body, in your mind. And the approach, I think, lacked. So I feel like if there were basic counseling skills applied to the nurses, to the doctors, even the person registering, that would do a great deal. I think 2005 is when I had counseling with under KPO. But once I was counseled, which was a process, I started putting value on myself. So after counseling, it's like a journey that I had started. And I must say, if I didn't go through counseling, thanks to KPO, maybe I would be dead by now, because I know people who have died of depression. Some of these things could be prevented, especially on the issue of depression, because if I'm psychologically and emotionally healthy, then I'm able to do physiotherapy, I'm able to try and eat well, I'm able to take care of myself, I'm able even to go for training. Like I went for training when I was on the wheelchair, because I'd also gotten counseling, so it opened up my mind. And I went and sat in class just like everybody else, did my notes, did my research, and I passed very well. You can see, even that shows I'm one of the best students in the school, which means when you're counseled and you're out of depression, then you can even be of more value than you were before, because I've been able to do more things. I've been able to be a better father. I've been able to earn money through counseling. At the moment, I've volunteered in the same organization for 4 years, counseling my peers. That makes me feel very good that I've changed one life, so that nobody else is going to the grave because they were not able to be given the psychological support.